From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Buffalo Bills. Alongside Charles Davis. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Big 13. 12. 11 empty.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 22 carries, 94 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Room here to run. Uses the stiff arm. Still fighting for more. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So Melvin Gordon, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher in this league. But he breaks off a big one there.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right. And when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases...
The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow airing one out for Boyd. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week. You'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for Buffalo.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Allen will try to throw for it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bills, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. That's out to the flat for Gordon. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And just like that, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
Example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. On play action, Allen escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Darius Slayton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the lead. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get them to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. That's taken in by Higgins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now Gordon on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 110 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Now Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown from the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Allen off the play fake. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play here for Buffalo.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Play action. Now it's Allen. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills have broken the tie. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. Uzomah. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this has happened good. And this is now a 1-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than a ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1
every single time.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator.
It got his man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Darius Slayton on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow, he's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Big 13. Big 13.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Bills to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen, he'll buy some time right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. So the shotgun snap to Allen. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They're going to hurry back to the line now. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. To Barkley on the check down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Allen to throw once more. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Allen going to throw. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here we go.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Hey, check.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 124 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
11.
They run it here with Gordon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 45 on second down, Burrow. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Leonard Williams, his 2nd sack of the night. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. He's still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 33. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way down to the 39. A big play here for Buffalo.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Allen's throw there hauled in by Claypool. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Touchdown, Bills! Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you. No question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Good job, man. Good job.
So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Anthony Jennings. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Back now in Cincinnati. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Oh, he stays up. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st down, Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Trey Hendrickson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. The kick by Bass is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing on second and long. Burrow. Leonard Williams in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Buffalo set to get the football back here. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this one is incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Touchdown. Chase Claypool there to make the grab. And the Bills are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. Allen will try to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Taking it about the 36. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try to keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Bass on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a Bill. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 31, Burrow. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Like 17.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And the Bills getting set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. So Allen's going to look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. 2nd and 10. Allen off the play fake. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got it.
And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, Barney, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And again, it's Allen. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to...
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. This mobile that came from my